Kavare Guam, and welcome to KOM News Extra. I'm Sonia Artero. Whenever the federal government intends to do something that will impact a community, they must first adhere to the federal law of National Environmental Policy Act, which mandates an environmental impact statement be conducted. On March 7th, the Navy published a notice of intent to do just that, a statement that would anticipate the impact moving thousands of Marines from Okinawa to Guam would have on our island community environmentally, culturally, and economically. Because the Navy fully expects the community will have comments on such an impact, as part of their scrutiny for a couple of days next week, our island community will be given the opportunity to learn more about what is planned to be in the environmental impact study. Here with more on what we can expect from these scoping meetings and exactly what kind of input our community can provide is Major General David Bice, who is now the Executive Director of the Joint Guam Program Office out of Washington, D.C. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thanks, Sonia. Great to be here.
It's our pleasure. So set the stage for us, if you will. What does an open house scoping meeting look like? I've never been to one, so...
Yeah. Well, it's an opportunity for folks to come in and walk around, see some posters, get some handouts, talk to our folks, and be able to provide comments on issues of their concern or comments that they wish to make sure that as we go through the environmental impact study, that we're looking at all the issues that would affect the community.
Now, although you are the head of the Washington, D.C.'s JGPO, here it's Robert. Tell us, will there be representatives on hand to ensure that we leave no stone unturned?
That's right. But this is an opportunity for citizens to make comments. As I say, we will have handouts there. We'll have people there to answer questions, explain what's happening to the community on the proposed action of relocating Marines from Okinawa to Guam, as well as the transient carrier pier and the location of a Army ballistic missile defense task force here.
Now let's talk about what a scoping meeting is not.
Okay, it's not a hearing, so there'd be no testimony. There's no microphones there. This is a relaxed atmosphere, kind of an open house, if you will. We will have individuals who will type into the computer comments from the public. There'll be a Chamorro and a translator there. So this is a friendly get together with folks to hear their comments on a proposed action.
You know, I did want our viewers to be a little bit more comfortable about going to the scoping meetings, which, by the way, are next Tuesday and Wednesday. And let's take a look at some of the informative posters that will be on display at the scoping meetings, posters and handouts of which our viewers can scrutinize ahead of time by going on our website, KOM.com. But, David, can you explain what folks can gain from these posters?
Okay, the first poster will be the welcoming poster, kind of showing here's where you are, here's what the layout is, and as they be able to see around the room the various stations that they'll be able to scope out what's going on there. The next poster is showing the proposed action of the relocation of the Marines, the establishment of a carrier pier, as well as the location of Army Task Force. The third poster deals with the factors of interest to the community. We've been asked, how can, will the environmental impact study take a look at the sociological aspect, the cultural history of Guam, and it certainly will. And this poster shows exactly the areas we'll be looking at. The fourth poster deals with the environmental factors. This is the wildlife and floral and fauna that issues will be of concern as we look at proposed action around Guam.
Now, a lot of people on Guam think that they're going to go to this meeting and they will find out what, in fact, the military's plans are for this military buildup. But, in fact, there is a process for which that takes place, and the first thing first is the EIS. At this point, is there any way of knowing what the military's plans for buildup is?
Well, the plans are ongoing right now. As we do the NEPA analysis, the NEPA study, we look at the environment, we looked at the impacts to the environment, and includes the populace of Guam, and then from that alternatives are developed in terms of where to locate various factors, headquarters building, maintenance buildings, barracks, family housing, and the like there. None of that has been done at this point. The NEPA study will help drive that, and then from that we can develop alternatives. And the final analysis will be a draft environmental impact statement, which then the public will be able to view, and then we'll have opportunity for public comment on the draft EIS. And there's where we will have an opportunity for testifying, hearing statements from the citizenry.
When do you anticipate, in your experience, a total picture, a clear picture of what the military buildup will be like here on Guam?
Now, we are, the planning is ongoing right now. And so even as the NEPA study is going, we're starting to piece together our master plan, our joint military master plan. We expect to have a good definition on the joint military master plan, about 18 months from now. And then from that, we'll start doing some planning in terms of construction planning and the like there, costing things out. But the NEPA study itself will continue for 2 to 3 years because we're always running into issues, and we'll have to look at alternatives even as we start to come together with the joint military master plan.
On all these questions that I'm asking and questions that the community wants to ask can be answered during the scoping meetings.
Well, during the scoping meeting, the questions won't be answered, but the questions will be taken, and then the study itself will make sure that those questions, those comments, are studied and become a part of the administrative record, and in fact become part of the draft environmental impact study. So every comment, every question, we may not have the answers now, but the answers will be developed as we go through and make the study.